Okay, the meat mixture has been in the fridge for several hours. I've got plastic wrap over it. So I have also already added the jalapenos that I had not put in earlier. Smells absolutely delicious. If it tastes as good as it smells, this is going to be a winner. Another thing I wanted to show you, this is high temp cheddar cheese. I found it in the section in the grocery store that had where they make their own brats. It was behind the glass in that. I had no idea I'd find that in my local grocery store, but it did. And that is the cheddar cheese that doesn't melt. Sometimes when you slice into salami and stuff, you'll see a little bit of cheese. Apparently that's called high temp cheese. So what I'm going to do to now is actually get my hands in there and mix this together. Just to keep incorporating all of those spices and everything in there together. I hope I didn't get too many jalapenos, but it is what it is. Oh gosh, it smells so good. In one of the YouTube channels online, whoops, I'm getting too high. One of the YouTube channels online, they mentioned waiting 3 days, but I'm not going to wait 3 days. I'll put it in the jerky gun tomorrow. But, okay. I'll take it out every few hours and smash it all together again. Kind of gross. I should have had my gloves on, but I used my last pair of gloves. Okay. Tomorrow we'll load it in the gun and put it on the trays. Gotta get messy when you're making beef jerky. Today's project is gonna be making some summer sausage, beef jerky, jalapeno cheddar brats. I may use the same recipe for all of it. I have a jerky gun that I've never used, so I want to try that out. What I have done, and I will give the recipe below if it actually turns out. I'm combining several different recipes, but I've taken, this is 3, 4, 5 pounds of ground beef, 80-20. So I have mixed all the spices and everything that it says. The only thing I have not put in here is ground up. I haven't chopped some jalapenos yet. I would put powdered, dehydrated jalapenos, except that I sealed them all up with my fancy little jar sealer this morning, so I have to start with a fresh batch or unseal that. So, and then I also bought, I'll have to show it to you later, high temp cheese. I found it at my local grocery store back behind the glass counter where they had all their homemade sausages and stuff. I did not realize I was going to be able to find it local, but that way I can add, you know, you see the little cheese chunks that don't melt in your summer sausage and stuff. That way I can add that. The other thing that I'm doing, I took a little bit of this, a little patty of it, and I am frying it because they suggested you taste test it first, and that makes total sense. So I am frying me for lunch today a hamburger patty made out of this with the spices and everything in it to see if I need to add something more or if I want something less. It's basically the same. It's got soy sauce and liquid smoke and Worcestershire sauce and several spices. So I think the recipes all seem to be kind of the same. This one I did add a little brown sugar to and a little powdered milk, which not all of them call for. So it's going to be an experiment, and I'll take you along. Right now, I have put this in the refrigerator for overnight. He actually recommends 3 days, but I don't have 3 days. So I'll put it in there overnight, let everything marinate together, and then I'll take it out and use this handy dandy little glue gun. Glue gun. It's a jerky gun, not a glue gun. I'm going to use the the little wand that makes some flat ones, some round ones. I want to try to make my own jalapeno cheddar brats. That is my goal. So, come along and make some jerky summer sausage hot dogs with me. Now we're ready to do a test sample here. Gloves would be good, but we don't have any gloves, so you're just going to use your hands?
Yeah.
Going to stuff the cylinder, and it's a pretty good consistency, he thinks. Stuff that down in there. You're supposed to wait even 24 hours to 3 days, but we're going to test some of it out tonight. And there's your little pusher stick. It actually would hold a lot, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We've got jalapeno in there, so some of them put cayenne pepper and red pepper, but I figure the jalapeno will make it spicy enough. We have several little end tips to experiment with. I think to start with, we'll use the little flat one. You're gonna need some paper towels.
Now I'm not packing it in real tight.
No.
I think it's just firm.
Is that enough for a test?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Put your end back on. Does it have that little seal in there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move this out of your way. Just like a caulking gun, huh? Is it tight? Ooh, the moment of truth. Now, are we going across this way instead of long ways? You're gonna do it long ways?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, how cool is that? I didn't put the cheese in this one because I figured it wasn't thick enough for it. Oh, that's pretty cool. And you go to the end.
A knife would be good.
A knife. And before we run out of stuff, let's try all of these ends, do you think? Or at least a round one. This one makes 2 round ones. This is just pretty darn cool. The little rubber ring come off. No, it's still in there. I like this stainless steel better than the plastic, I think. I think it will last longer. Okay, here we go. Whoa. So that's just a fast way of doing 2 sticks at a time. We'll smell that all evening while we're watching a movie. And I think you could do this in the oven on your lowest setting. And they said to put a pot holder in the oven door so it holds it open a little bit. This is just pretty cool. And once we taste it, then I'll give you the recipe. If it's not any good, we'll do a different recipe. Which one are you going to try now?
I'm going to put the flat one back in.
Oh, just room for another
I
flat
have
one.
enough room to get this one.
You don't have any way of knowing how much you have left in there, though. Cool. Got room to do that one? Yep. So it's just side by side flat. And then we're going to put it in the dehydrator on about, one of them said 165. And then after a few hours, you check it. If it's like most things, it's going to take lots longer than you think.
I'm going to leave the bump in it.
Yeah, it won't hurt anything.
What now?
We'll put it in the dehydrator, but we got another one here. Do you have enough to do another one?
A couple of strips, maybe.
Okay. I don't think I like that one as well as
That's
I do.
it.
That's it? Well, that worked out pretty good. And I've got 5 pounds of hamburger, or the mixture mixed up, but we're going to save some for tomorrow and let it sit a little bit longer. Make it a little patty. Okay. Ready to go to the dehydrator. Let's see your hands. A messy, messy job, huh?
Oops.
Okay, we're putting it in the dehydrator. We'll set it for, let's see, the middle button here. 10 hours is fine. And then hit that middle button again. And we want it 167. Did he say 165? Go down, just, whoops, you gotta start all over. Okay, first one's fine, okay. Hit this middle one again, that sets the time. Then we go down
To what?
to 165. And then hit push start. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, this is my Magic Mill dehydrator. I have done beef jerky one time before in it. This is the first time using the gun. I actually think we'll space these out a little further. Let's put one up here. Maybe even a little higher up. That'll get good airflow. We'll come back in a couple hours and check it. We're at 165 degrees. Magic Meal dehydrator. Okay, the jerky has cooked for 6.5 hours at 165, and it's bends but doesn't crack, so I think it's done. Tastes excellent. Might add on the next batch a little more spice to it. That's a good taste though. I'm very pleased.